Tonight on TNA Impact, Hulk Hogan gives Abyss his WWE Hall of Fame ring. Mr. Anderson tries the United States and gets into it with Kurt Angle, and AJ Styles and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, lay a beatdown on the Pope. Right here, right now, it's the first ever solo TNA Impact review from Big Al and the Kick-Ass Wrestling Show.
What you want?
Welcome to TNA Impact Review. This is the first one that we've ever done here, but it won't be the last, as TNA Impact gets ready to go live on Monday, March 8th. We're going to be doing reviews every Monday, and we're going to be comparing them with Raw to see which was the better program. So definitely tune in for that. But let's get started with tonight. What happened tonight, Thursday night? It was a taped show, but some very interesting things to talk about. The first thing is Hulk Hogan and Abyss, and this new relationship that they seem to have together. I think they are magic when they get on the screen together. Hulk Hogan and Abyss seem to have it. I like the way they go back and forth. I like how Hulk Hogan is turning into somewhat of a mentor for Abyss, and I think that rub that he's giving Abyss will really help to get him over. Plus, Abyss seems to really be developing into a phenomenal character. I like his acting. I mean, you know, I'm not so sure if I like how he acts like a kid. I don't know if I like the childish stuff, but it's working, I think. I think it's different. I like his character. It makes him a little unique. And I think Abyss is going to really be something. Hulk Hogan, when he got out there and he actually gave him his WWE Hall of Fame ring, he made it seem like that ring meant so much to him. He talked about, this encompasses everything, and Hulkamania, busting my ass, for 30 years. And then I had read in an interview, probably just a couple weeks back, he was trashing that ring, talking about how cheap it was. And the only reason he wears it, I guess he has a tattoo of Linda's name on his ring finger. So I guess he wears it now to cover that up. Maybe he doesn't care anymore, or I guess he's getting remarried. Whatever the case may be, Hulk Hogan has given his Hall of Fame ring to Abyss. So I don't know if this is going to make Abyss stronger or what the deal is with that. But I thought that segment was great. I love Hulk Hogan on screen. I think he's bringing a lot of attention to TNA, and it's all good. So I'm very happy about that. Like seeing Hogan out there, like seeing Abyss. I think the rub is working, and I thought that segment was phenomenal. Next thing I want to talk about, which was also a pretty good segment, Kurt Angle and Mr. Anderson continuing their feud. Angle came out and cut a wonderful promo where he started crying again. He's getting a little emotional, but it was great and it went over with the crowd. Anderson, of course, came out and did a good job, as he usually does, playing the heel character, mocking Angle, with the fake cry and so forth. And he challenged Angle and he beat down Angle. I'm a little sick of seeing, Kurt Angle look so weak, because he's such a great character, but they keep making him look like such a sucker, and he's getting beat up way too much. But I think these two have good chemistry, and I think this feud could go far. We'll find out. We'll see. Next thing I want to talk about, AJ Styles is really sort of, I'm starting to get used to this whole thing with Ric Flair. I wasn't sure at first how I would feel about it, but I think it's getting over. I think that AJ Styles' personality is starting to come around, but I also like how he's not talking as much. If you notice, Ric Flair is doing all the talking, and what a talker he is. This guy hasn't lost a beat. He may not be able to go, obviously, in the ring like he used to, but this guy can still pick up a microphone and is more entertaining than just about anybody. So he really got on the Pope tonight. They came out to confront the Pope. Going to be a match with him and AJ and the Pope at Lockdown. It should be great for the title. Both these guys are good in-ring workers. Both of them are pretty good characters. I think the Pope obviously is a better character, but AJ is developing his own. I guess if you could say his own. So I think he's also starting to come along too. This should be a good match, and I like it for a main event. This was another great segment, and something else that I liked about Impact tonight. The last thing I want to talk about are the things that I didn't like about Impact, because as you can see, I thought this was a great show. I think it really was. But there were a few things that kept it from being an A show for me. Now, you guys know I've only given out one A, and that was to Impact's January 4th edition. I thought that was great, and they really brought everything to the house, to the card, everything to the table with that January 4th show. But I thought tonight had a couple of mistakes, even though it was a good show. The first thing I didn't really like was that Samoa Joe was kidnapped at the end by a bunch of guys in black with masks, and That's just silly, because we all know you can't do kidnappings, period, let alone on live television with wrestlers as they're, I guess, walking home or wherever he was going. So that's just dumb, and I don't like when they, you can only suspend your disbelief so much. I really don't think anyone is kidnapping and taking Samoa Joe away. I don't know what's going on with that. It's an interesting angle, but only because we don't know what the hell they plan to do with it, but I don't think it's smart. I don't like kidnapping angles. I don't like anything that is really too extreme, like you guys know. Sledgehammers, stuff like that, suspension of disbelief really becomes impossible. So no to the kidnapping, Samoa Joe. The second thing that I'm not really sure about, and they didn't air this, is the Orlando Jordan character. I don't care, unlike most of you, that Orlando Jordan got the win over Samoa Joe. That doesn't bother me because I don't really like Samoa Joe. But Orlando Jordan apparently, from what the spoilers say, and the internet is buzzing about this, kissed one of the men who came down to the ring, with him, and I guess they didn't show that on television. Is this going to be incorporated into his character? Is he going to be a gay character? I guess so. This is risky, so we'll see where they go with this and what they do with this. This is different, and I don't know if they're really going to want to put that sort of thing on television. Could get them attention. Maybe that's what they want. I don't know where they're going with it, so let's wait and see. So that brings us to our grade. I thought Impact tonight was great. I thought the angles were well done. I thought it was set up well. Nothing spectacular, no big picture angle yet. There's no big storyline to sort of bring everything together. But, the Pope and AJ match looks good. I like what they're doing with Anderson and Angle. Generation Me is fantastic. So they had a couple of decent matches. Weren't as long as they could be, but I still thought it was a good show. And I'd like to see more of the wrestling. But overall tonight, I thought Impact did a great job, even though it was taped, and I hate taped shows. So just for a couple of stupid angles and a couple of stupid things, I'm going to give tonight's TNA Impact grade B. And that's it, just a B. Okay? Pretty good. I think that's a fair grade any way you look at it. Tonight's Impact was pretty solid, but not quite that A show. If they bring their A game, if they, can do this on Monday nights consistently with their big names, they're going to give WWE, I don't want to say a run for their money, because they don't have to beat the WWE in ratings. They just have to do well, and I think going up against them will give a good rub. It'll give them a good rub, and TNA will probably do very well in this Monday Night War. Stay tuned and find out. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for our TNA Impact review. Join me on Saturday, this Saturday at 6 o'clock, blogtalkradio.com/The Big Al Show. Come and check it out. You can call us if you'd like. I'll be taking your calls live on the air for 1 hour. We're going to be talking wrestling. And then, of course, every Monday, come back for the Kick-Ass Wrestling Show. Big pay-per-view, Elimination Chamber, coming up this Monday. I'm going to have a review for that as well. Until next time, everybody, take care of yourself. Big Al, so long.